Hello everyone and welcome to today's episode. Today we will be checking the most watched hummus recipes on YouTube. I personally haven't learned how to make hummus from YouTube or from the internet, but what I found significantly interesting is that there are myriads of recipes on the internet, especially on YouTube. It's quite interesting to see how different people do it. Sometimes you can learn new things from them, and sometimes you can see obviously that they're doing something very wrong. So let's check what they have over there. I have now the screen open on YouTube. As you can see, now we're on YouTube and we're gonna search for hummus recipe. We're gonna filter that to the most watched. Where's the filter? Oh my god, I feel ashamed of myself. Here it is. Okay, views, duration. Okay, view count, here it is. Okay, so we have that first video of Lebanese falafel. I don't know what is that. It's like 47 seconds long, 1 minute long. It's probably a woman, that's why people are watching it, because she's, I don't know if that's a revealing dress or not, I can't really see from here. So we're gonna skip that one, even though it has 72 million views. I'm sure that not all of these people wanted to check the hummus recipe. Okay, I was taught by an Arab grandmother, the chickpea recipe will conquer everyone. I don't know, man. Arabs don't call it chickpea recipe. Arabs call it hummus, so I'm gonna skip that one as well. This is like 9.6 million. This is some political ad. You know, they have elections here soon, so we're bombarded by that 24/7. Scroll down. I guess this is the one we're gonna check first. So, how to make hummus that's better than store-bought. Easy hummus recipe. All right, let's check that out. It has 5.8 million views. This is insane.
Welcome to our kitchen.
And it's 11 years old. All right, let's do that. It's quite short as well.
Today
it's like
we're
less
showing
than
you how to make
four
extra
minutes.
smooth hummus.
It's really easy. You're going to start with tahini, which is a creamy sesame paste.
Okay, tahini is
Just
basic.
give it a stir and measure out about 1/4 cup.
So tahini is a sesame
Then add it
paste.
to a food processor or blender. Next,
Lemon,
you'll need
that's
some
very
lemon
good.
juice. We like to use about 1/4 cup, but you could use a little less or a little more depending on your
That's
taste.
accurate. There's no specific amount of
Add
lemon
the
juice that you need to use
the
there.
tahini. But use a strainer to make sure no seeds get through.
Very good. She used a strainer not to end up with any lumps
Now
or
process
pieces.
for about 1 minute. The tahini and lemon juice cream together and become thick, whipped, and creamy. That's the secret to creamy hummus. All right. now
Well,
for
she's
some
putting
flavor. We like to
garlics,
use
as
about
I can
half a
see.
clove of
Well,
garlic,
it's not unusual
but
to
we
use
peel
garlic.
and
The
mince
best
it really
hummus
fine
place in the
first.
world,
That
in
way,
Palestine,
we help out the
uses
processor
garlic in
and
its
no one
recipe.
gets
The only
burned
problem
by
with that, not
the
everyone
juice
likes
spread.
it. The second thing is
Next,
that
2 tablespoons of olive
if you don't
oil.
eat it right away, if you don't serve it right away, it will be pungent. You
About
wouldn't be
half
able
a
to open it the
teaspoon
other day. It wouldn't be
ground
a good idea. So
and some
I
salt.
personally never
Start
use
with
garlic
half a
in my
teaspoon,
hummus.
And then taste later and add as you need it. Just scrape the bottom of the bowl and process again. After about a
Okay, I feel
minute,
I'm missing something
open up
here.
the
She just
lid,
put,
scrape again, and continue to process.
I don't know, she's processing.
This all helps to make extra smooth.
I'm a
creamy
bit
hummus.
confused now.
Now
Ah,
for
yeah,
the
all right, now the
We
chickpeas.
use 1 can, but we drain and rinse it first.
Well, that's a strange order of things. So here, as we can see, she used canned
Add
chickpeas.
about half of the
That's not bad.
chickpeas
I've used that
to
many
the food
times, but
processor
it loses 80% of its
and
taste when you do
process
that.
for another minute.
And she put them right away there. That's quite
Scrape.
interesting. So the original recipe, it's not like that. You have to boil that for a couple of hours at least.
Then add the remaining chickpeas.
Okay,
Now
I can tell
process
already
for
that
1
this
to 2
hummus is not
minutes
great or
until
anything.
extra smooth.
I mean, it could be interesting. It could be edible, but I have a very good hummus
Go
recipe
ahead
on
and
my
scrape the
channel,
bowl
so I
again. And now
tell
to
all the
make things
secrets there. I
really,
expose
really
everything
smooth.
about that.
And just like
See,
the
this
hummus
is the
we buy at
appearance
the
of bad
store,
hummus. So
we like
we're
to
gonna
add
see how
2
it's gonna
full
turn out
tablespoons of water.
by
This
the end
just
of the
thins it out a
blending.
little bit.
But
You can add as much or as little as you
adding
want.
water, that's good. You can add water, but that's not the best way because that washes away
As you add
the flavor
water,
of the
you can
hummus. So the
literally
best
see
thing is to
it gets smoother
keep the
and
water
smoother.
that you boiled the chickpeas in and control the consistency with that later on because it
So
has a
good.
very strong taste. I mean, the water remaining from
Okay,
boiling
you're done.
the chickpeas
Give it
will
a
help
test.
you soften the final mix. And see, it's got a lot of lumps in it.
Add it to
A lot of
plate,
lumps. This is not
and
good
then top
hummus.
with olive oil
This is
or
white people's
paprika.
hummus. So when I check that out, when I'm served with that, I know that this is not the perfect hummus that you would get in Beirut or in Jerusalem or in Amman in Jordan. So we're gonna skip that one. Again, like the most watched recipes are not usually the best. I guess they're not ordered, they're no longer by the views order. Like they're not ordered by the view count. So we're gonna do this again. Okay, easy hummus recipe. This is the one we checked. All right, how to make the best hummus of your life. Well, quite daring title. Let's
Today
check
I'm going to show
that
you how to
out.
make incredible hummus at home. You can make it in as little as 5 minutes and it is 10 times better than the store-bought stuff. But you don't have to take my word for it because later we're going to go visit
5
my
minutes,
crack
she
team
said?
of taste testers. They're used to only eating store-bought hummus. So we'll see
Did she
how
say
that
5 minutes? You can't make hummus in 5 minutes.
Hummus is not one of my favorite things.
Her mom hates hummus.
First up, we have our chickpeas. And if you want to do the 5-minute version of hummus, you're going to want to use canned chickpeas. I promise it's still going to be a lot better than store-bought. And you can save that chickpea water, the aquafaba, to make my
Very
epic
smart.
vegan brownies or banana
Ah,
bread.
no,
But
she's
the
not keeping it for the
absolute
hummus.
best
She's
hummus,
keeping it
you're
for
gonna
some
wanna use
dessert.
dried
All right.
chickpeas. These chickpeas have been soaked in cold water for about 8 hours. I also added a little bit of baking
That's
soda
correct.
to
That's
the
very
soaking
good.
water.
Perfect. The baking
helps to
soda
soften the
softens
chickpeas and
the
also
wall of
helps to
the
loosen
plant,
those
and
chickpea
it
skins
makes
a
the
little
water
bit,
more
and that is what's going to
penetrable.
give you that
And it makes it
ultra
more
smooth and creamy hummus texture. After the
permeable,
chickpeas
and
have
then
been
when
soaked, we'll
you
cover
boil
them
it,
with some
it gets
water
way
in a
softer
saucy
and it
pan
loses
and
the
add a
skin
little more
entirely.
baking soda to help
Very good.
soften
She
them
puts
up
baking
even
soda
more.
and
Bring the water to a
perfect.
boil.
So this
It'll
is the
start
way
to get
she.
quite foamy, so
This is the way it
just
should
use
be.
a spoon to skim off that foam.
Yeah, all
and then
this
once
foam
it's at
and
a boil,
froth
we'll
should
reduce
be
the
removed.
heat to maintain a rapid simmer and cover the pot. After cooking for 30 minutes, we'll add
I'm
a
quite
teaspoon
impressed
of
because she
kosher
looked
salt
like,
to flavor the
you know,
chickpeas
she
from
looked like
within,
someone
and
who,
cook for another
you
10
know.
to 15 minutes until they're very soft. To test if they're done, smash a couple chickpeas against the pot or test one on a plate with your fingers like
Perfect.
this.
You have
There
to
should
check
be no
that.
resistance,
That's
and they should get
absolutely
smashed really
correct.
easily. You want them to be a lot softer than if you were just going to eat them, and once they're really soft, you can go ahead and drain them. I've got my cooked chickpeas here. Some recipes will tell you that you have to peel every single chickpea to take off the skins. That is too
Correct.
laborious for me, but you will notice when you cook the chickpeas really soft like I did, a lot of the skins are going to come off naturally. Take a minute
Amazing.
to just kind of pick
Correct.
out the loose skins that you see. That's going to improve
And
the
sometimes
texture
it
of the
doesn't even
hummus.
stay
We're gonna
there.
start by
Like
adding
you wouldn't
these
find any
chickpeas to a
remains of
food
any skin if you
processor.
boil
We're
it
gonna
for long
blend
enough.
the chickpeas for 1 to 2 minutes until you have a really nice smooth and thick paste. And you'll want to scrape it down from time to time, maybe once or twice, because some
Correct.
chickpeas will get stuck on the side. And give the chickpeas a final blend until they look something like this. All right, next up we have our tahini.
All right.
I've listed a few of my favorite tahini
So the
brands
order of
in the
things that she
description
did
box
now
because
makes a
some
lot of
brands can be a
sense.
little
Like the way she started with, getting the chickpeas ready, leaving them in water for a number of hours, boiling them with baking soda, then adding the tahini. That makes a lot of sense. The previous lady had it all mixed up. She started by blending the tahini, then adding the chickpeas. So let's see how that will turn out.
Quite a bit of it, so that is why you do want to use a good quality tahini. It's going to help bring everything together because in a traditional hummus you don't actually use any olive oil, so the tahini does a lot of work here. Now we're going to add some freshly squeezed lemon juice. I like my hummus very lemony.
Lemon juice,
if
correct.
you do too, go crazy with the lemon. If you don't like it as lemony, you can just use less lemon. We're also going to add 3 cloves of chopped garlic. I like my hummus very
Garlic
garlicky.
again.
Surprise, surprise! Nisha loves garlic. It's true, I do. With this recipe, and most recipes in general, you don't want to blindly follow the instructions because part of mastering cooking at home is learning how to alter a recipe to meet your taste. So if you see this recipe and think 3 garlic cloves is way too much, Nisha, that's fine. You can alter it to your taste. Just be sure to taste along the way so that you end up with the recipe that you like the most. We're also
All right,
gonna add
that
some
seems to be
ground
going
cumin for a
pretty
warm,
well.
earthy flavor and season with some kosher salt and black pepper.
She
Once
added
everything
other
looks like it's
spices,
blended
cumin
together,
and
go ahead and drizzle in
salt
the
and
ice
pepper.
water, a tablespoon at a
Well,
time.
usually
I use ice
people
water
don't-
instead
don't-
of
shouldn't
regular
add
water
pepper to
because
it,
it makes
but-
the hummus creamier and almost fluffy.
So now we're gonna check the
Right,
final
let's just give it a
consistency,
taste.
the smoothness of the hummus, and see if she's gonna do it properly or not. But most
Needs a little more
probably
lemon.
she's gonna
Those lemons I
succeed
used weren't
because
that juicy,
she's done
so I'm just
everything
gonna
correctly right from the
eyeball it
beginning.
here,
So I
juice
doubt
it
she
over
would
my
fail
hands to get
there.
any seeds. I think that's good, and then we'll just give it
Very
another blend.
nice.
Okay, this is what the hummus looks like after a few minutes.
Perfect.
Of
This is
blending.
how it should
It's
look like.
incredibly creamy and smooth.
I still see
almost
lumps there.
pillowy-like, thanks to cooking the dried chickpeas with baking
And
soda
I wonder
until they're
why.
really
I mean,
soft,
it shouldn't
as well
have
as that
any of
ice
this.
water.
I guess if she
This
blends
hummus
it a
is
little
great
bit
as
more,
is,
it's gonna
so
be
we're gonna
fine.
Go head over to our taste
But I
testers,
doubt she
and we'll
would.
show you how to take this hummus over the top. We're at my parents' house now. I'm gonna head inside to finish off the hummus.
Now is the
It'll be
testing part.
kinda
She's
crazy
probably
while I'm
gonna
there sometimes, so we'll see how far I
present
get.
it to her family. I'm not interested in that part. That's already cringe. Okay, let's go back. All right, we're gonna have to do the filters again. Apologies for this. Okay, so we checked 2, we're gonna check the third. Okay, we checked that one. Oh, we haven't checked that one. No, we did, and we checked that lady. And this is a Turkish lady that I follow, Rafika. Okay, let's see what she's got. She's got almost 4 million views, man. This is insane. Okay, let's do this.
Today with you guys, I would like to make the best hummus that you
Everybody
have
says the
probably
recipe is the
tasted in
best.
your life. It's going to be so easy. We're going to make it in 10 minutes, but it's the
I don't
details that
like
will
when they
make it great.
cover the
Let's
top
start.
with all these spices and things. Hummus shouldn't look like that.
We'll start
Hummus should have a
after I
very
clean
basic
up.
appearance. Okay, enough with that.
What's a hummus? Hummus
Alright.
is a mixture of tahini, lemon juice, and chickpeas with a bit of olive
She
oil
should
or
have
some
started
kind
by
of oil.
saying
To make
it's a mixture of
the easiest
chickpeas,
one,
because
I
hummus
put
in
the
Arabic means chickpeas
into
actually.
the processor, add a bit of tahini, lemon, garlic, and olive oil and salt. When I really want hummus and I just have 5 minutes. I
What,
do
5
this
minutes?
once
Why does everybody
and
say
then
5 minutes? You can't do anything in 5 minutes. It takes me 5 minutes just to wash my hands before cooking.
Again, so easy to make, but tastes amazingly better. To make a successful hummus, there are few things
It's never
that we
5
have to
minutes.
take into
Nothing in the
consideration.
kitchen is 5
I'm going
minutes.
to use canned chickpeas. Okay, the quality of
Well, the thing
chickpeas
that the
differs,
3
but
people
maybe
did,
it's not
that
so
they
easy to
all used,
boil, like 2 times, 3 times. So this is easy to use. First, I drain.
so the thing that the 3 ladies did, that they all used canned chickpeas. I mean, this is absolutely fine. I did that, but actually the taste is very different when you use dry chickpeas. You don't need to use that all the time, thinking that the difference is not that substantial. But believe me, it's like at least 50% better when you use dry chickpeas. When you use the canned ones, you would just feel the tahini and the lemon, but you wouldn't feel the original hummus flavor. Actually depends on the chickpeas quality. And that's why in the Levant, the most famous hummus makers, they don't use any chickpeas. They have their own fields. They have their own sources. They don't use any available type. And the difference would be so little that you wouldn't notice it, but those professionals really know the difference. So getting the dried ones is always better, especially if you have an Arab shop nearby who can provide you with chickpeas from Lebanon, for instance. I use chickpeas from Lebanon, and it's perfect.
In the chickpeas liquid. It's like a heavy liquid. And then I put it into, this is in Turkish called rice drainer. A good hummus needs the chickpeas skins off, like this. The skins
Oh, so she's
doesn't
skinning
taste
first.
great. So, in the old days, people would take all the chickpeas skins one by one. But I'm going to show you my technique. I put the water
Okay.
and then I rub the chickpeas like this.
All right.
After rubbing for 2 minutes, what happens is the skins
All
get
right,
off
all
and it
right. That's
starts to
intelligent.
float.
I would
And when
definitely
want
try
to
that.
Drain it,
Oh,
all the
nice, nice,
skins
very
are
nice, very
collected
nice.
Here, like this.
Wow.
Wow.
And I don't throw these. This is goodness still, and it's organic. So
That's
I'm
the
going
most
to put it
efficient
on
way
the
to remove the
compost.
skin, I think.
Here comes the skinless chickpeas. They go here. If you don't have a drainer like this, you can use a sieve at the edge of a plastic bowl or metal bowl. But the same technique, somewhere to drain, and first the light skins will flow, so you can collect them in one place. To this I'm going to add 2 cloves of garlic, and because like this has bruises, it's starting to get live. Normally I wouldn't choose in
Garlic
videos
again.
cloves
They
like
can't-
this,
they
but
can't help it.
perfect ones. But I found out that in Turkey we're throwing away 54% of our fruits and vegetables because like they go bad or something. These are perfectly good ones. I wanted to promote them for everyone in the world. So 2 cloves, big cloves of garlic. If your
That's-
cloves
I
are
guess that's a
smaller,
lot of garlic.
3 or 4. Half a
I mean,
teaspoon of salt.
my problem with the garlic
What
that
I
you
want
can't
to
feel the
say
taste of
is
hummus. It really
salt is for your taste. You can
covers
always add
everything
one.
else.
Taste
It overrides
add
every other
accordingly.
flavor.
About 5 tablespoons of tahini. Again,
I don't like that,
differs
man.
from
I don't like
brand
this.
to
About
brand, country to
5
country a lot,
tablespoons.
so it
I
has
don't
to
like
be
that.
at
Give the
least
grams,
3
please.
to 5 tablespoons. And about 2
Give
tablespoons
ratios
of
or
olive oil.
grams,
And
but
I'm
just
going
this
to squeeze
5
a lemon.
tablespoons, more or
And
less.
I don't throw away the seeds. I'm going to give it to my cousins and they are going to make seed bombs. Almost done. On the easy one we put water, but to make it silky smooth, we need to work the machine around 7 to 8 minutes. And inside is going to get hot. Therefore, I'm going to add a bit of ice each time.
That's very correct. I was keeping that for last, but ice is a great agent of smoothness. If you add ice to the blend,
it's okay.
it's gonna get super smooth afterwards. So only professionals know that trick. So good job, Rafika.
Every minute adding some more ice.
Very correct, very correct. Okay, we're back to the video, I guess.
Finished,
Yeah.
but before I finish, I want to taste it. You see, it's
Very correct. That's what the other two ladies haven't done. That she keeps tasting throughout the preparation of the hummus. And this is how it should be. Otherwise, you wouldn't know where to stop. So you shouldn't add all the quantities. You should leave a little bit, like 15-20% till the end. And you keep adding a little bit of water, maybe a little bit of tahini, a little bit of lemon, a little bit of salt until you reach the desired perfect flavor. This woman knows what she's doing. So far, this is the best recipe so far. I mean, I guess if she uses the dried chickpeas, that would be 10 out of 10.
I can clean the lid for you if you want.
Leftover lid cleaner.
This is how hummus should look like. The other ladies had lumps in their hummus.
And garlic, you need a time for it to settle. Like if you have
and I guess if she had blended it more, she would have even got rid of these little lumps here and there. But this is pretty fine.
If you have time, prepare it ahead.
But in my case, I keep blending it for 20 minutes. It's insane.
These are also for you.
And I have like an industrial blender at
When I
home.
was a child, I'm going to put the picture here. If you have muhallebi, it comes from where the haleb has like white stones. Haleb is like milk.
Okay.
Where the haleb comes from the milk. And muhallebi is where the milk comes to its best. Mu is like, makes it bigger. Muhallebi is like where the milk gets great. And it's like pudding, yeah? It's pudding. My mom made pudding, she would make me eat the leftovers. So what I do with the back of the spoon, I do this. It's a pull, not so much like the
So now the
Lebanese
presentation
or
part.
Israelis do. So good. In different regions, they make it differently.
This woman
For
loves
example,
food,
even in
like
Turkey, if
she
you go to Antalya,
feels
you
it
would
somehow.
eat this with
I don't mean
olive
anything by
oil,
that, in case you got me
pickles,
wrong.
Red pepper and parsley.
But again, man, putting all of these things on the
I'm
top
going
of
to
the
make it
dish,
inside a sip.
I don't know,
You
man.
eat it with cumin and
It doesn't have to look that
Maybe
hip.
olive oil
Hummus doesn't have to look
parsley.
that hip. It should
spread
taste
around, even dirty plates.
delicious,
This is a
but
great
it shouldn't
sumac.
look like
I
that.
would like to show you the sumac seeds. This is from, again, Antakya, from your lands.
Yes.
She has lands there. It's great.
Yeah, but you can't really blame her. I mean, the dish looks much better now, to be honest.
A lot of things. This is a sumac. If you haven't seen the sumac seeds before, I wanted to
Especially
show it
that
to you.
she
And
used
I
the
grind
relevant
it with
spice,
them.
sumac,
They
not
come
the
like this.
cumin
So, a
and
bit of
these
cumin
things.
and sumac, and to the whole.
Oh, cumin! Ah, she did it. She put cumin.
Great
Oh
olive
my
oil.
god, man.
Wow. Don't you think it's too much?
I wouldn't eat a dish of
No,
hummus with cumin
never.
on. This is just insanity.
Parsley like this.
Drizzling olive oil is perfect, but
Probably
man,
making hummus
cumin.
Over 30 years now, made tons of different types, and maybe
I guess they do it just for the color, not for the taste.
Great. Okay, now time to eat. Today I used lavash as the spoon.
Okay, so here we are. So let's stop this. So these were the 3 most watched YouTube videos for hummus recipes. I don't know, in case you want to learn how to make hummus at home, you can check my recipe. I think it's better than all 3. I explain everything in great details. I guess Rafika's recipe is the best so far. She mentioned the thing with the ice. She made sure that she kept tasting the hummus throughout the process, unlike the first 2 ladies. The order of the process was accurate. The only thing she hasn't done, she hasn't boiled the chickpeas a little bit with baking soda like the second woman did. So in this case, I think they're all equal at the end. The best recipe is when you keep every detail. And that's what I try to do in my channel, or at least try to do in the first format, where A single episode could have taken a couple of months just because I was studying every possible way of making a dish to get the best way out there. I don't know how that would contribute to the success of a YouTube channel, but check my hummus recipe. And thanks for watching, and see you soon in more reaction videos to come.